Find out what's hot and what's not.
We watch your program every week.
I am Ferry Corsten and you're watching CLUBAVISION, the reason why I come to the UK.
Promoter DJ Kevin Scott has been involved with more clubs than Stan Collymore. From the age of 15, he's thrown parties everywhere from Bournemouth to Torremolinos. And Breed is his latest venture at Goldiggers in Chippenham. So we thought we'd pay him a visit to check whether it's all clubbed out.
Weekend is London.
Who's a promoter and resident here at Breed. You promoted a lot of nights. What's the idea behind Breed?
The idea behind Breed was basically that we looked at this area and it didn't have anything for a long time, and we've got a lot of friends up here. It's quite local, and basically we just sort of said, what do you want? And we hopefully are giving it to them.
What DJs have gone down well here?
Boy George and Mr. Tommy Slav, I must say, on that night just absolutely had a stormer. But everybody who's come, I think they've all gone away with a big smile on their face, so wicked.
Is there a secret behind a successful night, or is it hard work?
It is really hard work. The secret, I think, is the team that you have around you.
In early '88, you were the only person south of London putting on acid house raves. What was so special about that scene to you?
It was the start of something that was amazing, like the 60s when that started, or the 70s scene or whatever. It was the start of something new, hanging around in Manchester and at the Hacienda and places like that, and at Sin at the Astoria, and mixing around with Nicky Holloway and Pete Tong and people like that, to drop a few names in there. And hanging around with those guys and watching them do that, I had to take that back to the southeast. Obviously there was the Zap in Brighton at the time and places like that, and it just had to be done.
While you was working at Maxime's, the biggest raid ever on a club was made. Was it 30 Mile roadblock around Weymouth?
They did, yeah. I think the police were sort of like, can we control this scene or not? It's been going on underground and all this sort of stuff. And then at that point in time, and I think Dan Prince from Mixmag quoted it as the biggest, rockingest traffic jam ever at the time. And they put a 30 Mile roadblock on Weymouth and stopped the people going down there. Even Enjoy, do you remember Enjoy Anthem? Mm-hmm. They were turned away, like in their little van and all that stuff. They couldn't get to the gig, but it was still a wild weekend.
Do you think clubbing is accepted a lot more now?
I think it's sort of the underground went, and it's sort of like now a mainstream thing, and thanks to people like Judge Jules and people like that, giving it to the general public rather than, it's widely accepted now, and it's much healthier, much better.
How about the future for you?
The future is, next year I've got to do a few remixes with a friend of mine, Andrew Gallier, how you doing fella, and a few other people, Mr. Tommy Slav as well, and to progress in my radio career, which I do at the moment.
Yeah, tell us about your show.
Well, I do a show on FM 107.6 The Energy in Bournemouth, and the Saturday night show was voted the top specialist show, and it's only been going 6 months, which is quite cool. And it's a banging show, and I actually love that, DJing to 500,000 people. It's quite weird not seeing them, but yeah, it's quite wild, I love it.
You're a bit of a party DJ. Do you see some of the DJs at the moment taking themselves too seriously?
Yeah, I think the whole game is to have fun and to enjoy yourself. I mean, it's all like a big corporate industry now, and I think it should just be like back to the fun days. Everybody enjoy themselves. That's what it's all about. That's what we're here for. It's a night out to escape from reality. Let's have it.
Big hello from CLUBAVISION at Chippenham.
What's it like here?
It's all good. It's a good night. Do you know what I mean? We have a laugh and all that.
The DJ's coming down. You got Boy George occasionally, Fats and Small.
Yeah. Well, we had to come down because Ferry Corston is just the man. He's like a god, so we had to come down.
Now we make the most of it. It's party on, serious, isn't it?
There's no problems here. Everyone gets on with each other. Everyone's dancing. Everyone's having a good time. It's just great.
Yeah. She got caught shagging in the middle of this fucking dance floor.
You've only been living here for 3 weeks. That's all I know.
She got caught shagging in the middle of the dance floor, her.
This dance floor here.
Yeah.
What type of night are you expecting then?
Don't put me on the spot. I've had a drink.
What are the women like here?
They're not too bad. Don't want to say too much to get in trouble.
I'm Lauren.
And where are you from?
I'm from Bournemouth.
You got a favourite track at the moment?
I'm with him.
My name's Jenny.
What are you guys doing for the millennium?
Oh, I think we're just having house parties because everywhere's too expensive to go.
Where else do you go then?
We go to the Voodoo Lounge and we're going to New York and Southampton tomorrow, and also up to the Manor, which is soon to be finishing.
We go up London way, Reading and all that.
Punanas and Bath, Cadillacs and Bath, just different places, Babylon, Bath.
Hereford's a good place, naughty but nice.
Around to my house party, we drink lots of cheap French beer.
What are the men like here?
Don't even ask. That's why we got out of time, do you know what I mean?
We know how to have a laugh up north. Let's have it, everyone's welcome. I'm from Ipswich.
Inverness.
So what type of music are you girls into then?
R&B, swing, all that lot.
Goodbye from Breen. I hope you all have an excellent time out clubbing. Bye.
I'm joined by Commie. You've been DJing since '95 and you're still only 23. Do you think it's difficult to get into the premiership of DJs?
It's not as hard as you think. It's a lot of it's luck. For me, it was. I just actually went up to Jules in a club and said, "Can I have a job?" like that, and it would just happen that his brother had space in the management company, and I got it. But if you apply yourself enough, and again, luck and a talent, obviously. It does come into it, but there's no reason why you can't make it. It's just sitting in your bedroom doing tapes. That I think that's a lot. We get a lot of tapes from kids, and it's so hard because you get so many, and a lot of them think they're going to hear me, and then they're going to think, wow, and there's going to be someone down in a limo the next day to sign me up, and of course that's just pie in the sky, never happens. But again, it isn't as hard as you made out. It's easy enough for me, but I had the money, which is another important thing, the backing, because if you work in the music industry, you work for jack shit to start with. I think that's true throughout, and so because I had money behind me.
Rich parents?
Yes. It's just not cred, but quiet.
Do you think it's important to learn from people like Judge Jules and Norman J?
Yeah, musically, me and Jules are slightly different, and I've never, he knows that, and that I've never been massively influenced by him musically, because I have my musical preferences and they're a bit different, but the way he goes about things and his professionalism is second to none, and that is why he's a success, because there are DJs, I think, that could be so much bigger if they weren't either idle or whatever, or just messed up the whole time, I think. So, it boils down to that. I think I've learnt from Jules, I've learnt sort of professionalism. I don't know that I'm quite the entertainer that he is. I've done a lot of gigs with Jules where I've had to follow him, and they've been like university gigs or whatever, and it's so hard because they're the students and they are there to see Judge Jules, and you get up there and it's like, oh, let's go and get a drink, go to the bar, and it's just whoomph, and we came up with the name DJ Fire Alarm. I thought that was quite a good one.
You've remixed loads of tracks from System F to Sonic. Have you got anything in the production line at the moment?
We've just finished another one for London, which is The Weekend Has Landed, Kriana, Human Traffic, and we've actually taken a different bit of dialogue from the film and done something a bit deeper, because the Milky Bars are on me. Way was a bit too much. No, it's not really my bag, baby. But we're doing another one for Sirius, a track called Bug, So What, which is a sort of vocal missing everything but the girl type styly thing. And then we've got a few things up our sleeves, but we're not allowed to say.
Ferry Corston's playing here tonight. Do you know what he thinks of the remix you did?
I never really directly asked him, because it's like, do you like my remix, Ferry? but I think he really liked it, because we did it well, and a lot of people said that we did it differently, which with a monster like that, it's hard to do it different and not sound absolute crap as well, because we had to obviously keep something of the original tune in. But hopefully, I might even ask him tonight if I'm drunk enough, get enough bravado going or something.
I'm joined by Music Magazine's Producer of the Year, Ferry Corsten. How would you sum up the UK club scene at the moment?
I like it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for me it's different, of course, because I'm from there, and I'm used to this kind of reserved atmosphere, and then all of a sudden you step into this, crazy stuff, and yeah, that's good.
You describe trance as an emotion. What do you mean by that?
Well, it's when I say trance, I mean the trance from the last year. It's kind of filmic, like film atmosphere, and in a lot of film music there's a lot of emotion. If you take a motion picture, and you leave the images out of it, you just only hear the music. It brings you all the feelings. It can be very happy or it can be very sad, and if you add pictures to it, then you have the complete movie. But the emotions you have in the music in the film, put that into dance music, is what the trance is now.
Do you have a particular formula to making music?
It's not a particular formula. Yeah, well, yes, it is, to be honest. Yeah, it's a kind of a structure, which is like a story, which is almost like a pop song. Like a chorus and a verse, and but also it's really based on melodies. Yeah, so that's a strong key, I think.
You have another Goriella track out at the moment.
Yeah.
Is it on the same trance tip?
Yes, it's a bit more, in my opinion, radio friendly. So I wouldn't say commercial, but radio friendly. But it is, yeah, we tried to make it as huge sounding as possible as the first one, which is quite difficult always to come up with a follow-up which is, well, as big as the first one.
You've remixed William Orbit's Adagio for Strings as well, which is already a big hit, but it's set to be massive. How do you feel about that? Did you know it's going to be a big hit?
Well, I didn't remix it with the idea to make it a big hit. I remixed it because I love this classic piece of work, which is original, and yeah, that's what I meant with emotions. There's so much emotion in there, and I just did it the way I always try to build my tracks, and yeah, it lifted up so fast, but I never expected it to be as big as it's going to be, or already is. Yeah.
Do you think classical music lends itself to being remixed?
Yeah, especially for the style I'm working in, because a lot of the trance music from now is, kind of based on classical chords and classical music influences. So yeah.
What other things have you got going on the production side at the moment?
I'm working on System F. That's my main thing now. So on the new single, the album, some stuff.
When can we expect the album out?
Well, it's just how do you say that? It's supposed to be somewhere in January, but every time it's getting later and later because
you're doing too many things at the same time.
Yeah, too many things. So I just got rid of a lot of work and or just finished it and didn't take any new things, and just focusing on System F, on the album. So now finally we're gonna get there.
That's it for this week's thrilling episode of CLUBAVISION on Tour. But remember, it's you lot out there who are keeping it real. So join me, Samantha Mann, next week for more of the important things in life. Ciao. Next week, CLUBAVISION goes access all areas at Mezzanine in Wolverhampton. We go on manoeuvres with Sergeant Sanchez, check our very own dance chart and round it all off with euphoria at Crazy Daisies in Rugby.
You and me, we have an opportunity. Make it something really cool.
Please like, tag, share and subscribe.
So this is CLUBAVISION and this is how it's done. This is CLUBAVISION, CLUBAVISION's #1.
We're a rave, man.